I don't know where we should even start. But anyway, let me introduce this. So this Jay, Ash. This is the First Topic podcast, and we at your necks. But yeah, I don't even know where we should start. But you know what? Next time we're definitely gonna have K here.
Yeah, we've got to.
Have to because this nigga been fucking missing in action for a bit. But you got the notes in there.
Yeah, let me get the notes up.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. This podcast, I want to because I listened to some of our other ones, and they're not bad on that. But
yeah,
I definitely felt like maybe it was me. Maybe I was listening to myself. I felt like I was trying to get so much points out, so much points across.
Okay.
And that is good for some podcasts, but I'm not gonna lie. I wanted to just have a cohesive conversation, just a conversation.
More of a conversation than that.
Literally, if I don't get all my points out, I don't get all my points out, sort of thing.
Yeah.
I don't want it to be too point driven.
Okay. Yeah.
That was my criticism for myself when I was listening to it.
Okay.
But, anyways, you niggas don't even know what we're talking about.
For real. Boy. Should we just start with the R. Kelly interview?
Yeah, start.
Let's just start.
We just watched that. Both watched that today.
Yeah. Just came out. I think came out either today or last night.
What do you want to start with? Like what? Okay, I'm going to start with saying... Damn. I don't know where to start. I'm going to start with saying I think I will say nobody knows the truth really.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a video about him touching little kids and stuff. So I mean, that says enough on that. As far as the sex cult, no one knows exactly what's going down in his yard.
Yeah.
All I will say is watching that interview and watching Surviving R. Kelly, watching that interview, watching everything I've seen on R. Kelly recently, they're pushing this narrative.
Seriously.
You know what I mean?
Definitely.
It's a clear narrative they're pushing, and this interview, clearly showed that. It was a Surviving R. Kelly
Part
prelude.
7.
You trust me?
You know
It was
what I
add-on. That's an add-on, fam.
For real.
That was a prelude to that. It's meant to be an R. Kelly interview. That's what I thought I was watching.
Yeah,
When I watched it, I was thinking, bro, why do they keep showing more fucking of the Surviving R. Kelly? I've seen it already. Why did you keep showing me this? At every point he made, they would go back to, but if you haven't seen Surviving R. Kelly, then this woman said this about him. Da, 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 da.
Exactly.
Trying to mold your opinion, even when you're watching his side of the story.
For real.
It's bro, this is his side of the story. Why can't you just let him tell his side of the story without any of the source?
Because even looking at the first 5 minutes, before the interviews even started, before they even started showing you the interview, they got 5 minutes where they're talking about they show parts of Surviving R. Kelly, and they got one part, one of the women who was underage or something like that, was one of his dancers, I think.
Yeah.
Who was on Surviving R. Kelly saying he's a great actor, he's very manipulative and he's a great actor. Then they go to him crying. So it's you can see what kind of narrative they're trying to push.
That shit.
Because they've dressed it up as, this is the R. Kelly interview. But then they're starting off on that foot. Mad, bro.
It's a clear, the thing is, when you don't know something, I just think it's important to be objective with what you're watching and objective with your opinions. And when I was watching a clip of the victims talking, Azriel and whatever her name is, Satan Savage. Jocelyn Savage and that. When they were talking,
I think Jocelyn.
Yeah. When they were talking, it just seemed like no one was listening to what they were saying because they already had an opinion formed. Yeah. You know what I mean? They already thought these women are brainwashed. So whatever they say, I'm going to think of something to counteract what they're saying. So it's I heard what they said, but R. Kelly was in the back coughing. I heard what they said, but they're brainwashed. I heard what they said, but they're only 21 and 23. Why can't you... Why is it so hard to believe them, but you can believe that R. Kelly coughing in the background can alter their opinion, what they're saying?
Because even when, for example, when the girl was crying, saying, I'm crying because all the lies and the rumours being spread about him.
Yeah.
And according to these two, the victims, alleged victims, they're both girlfriends of R. Kelly, and they made a good point of how, she was the interviewer was saying how you're both his girlfriends? She was like, yeah. And I was like, oh, is it a three-way thing or anything?
Bro.
A three-way thing or separate? She was like, well, it's kind of both. You know, we spend individual time with him and we spend time as a family. And she was like, is that not weird? And she was like, no. Niggas everywhere, all over the world, have more than one girlfriend.
Trust me.
That's
like,
not...
And that's another thing. Like, I was talking to my cousins yesterday night. I was like, bro, like, I don't mind if you're a conventional thinker and you think one man should be with one woman, all good. But if you are this progressive thinker and think transgender people should be respected, gay people should be respected, everyone should be respected if what they want to do, then when R. Kelly turns around and has a sex cult, let's just say he does have a sex cult. There are women that are all in each bedroom and they are tied up and they say they do, like, these two women, not everybody, I'm saying, like, these two women, they love it. They're very happy in that situation. Say that they say that. Why can't you just accept that for that? Why is it something's wrong with their mental when they say it? But when a transgender person says, listen, I identify as a woman or I identify as a man, there's nothing wrong with them, man.
Exactly.
Nope, that's what they want, that's what they believe. You know what I mean? It's just so hypocritical that you say, oh, that's not mental health, there's no mental health issues, they're entitled to this, they're entitled to that, that's how they want to be identified, that's blah, blah, blah. Cool, if that's how you're playing it, cool. But then when these girls come out and say, listen, I love R. Kelly, I'm in this relationship with R. Kelly, this is what I want, then you have to keep the same energy. Don't try to talk to me about mental health and all of that then.
Exactly. And another thing, obviously still not R. Kelly topic, but how they've shit, that's my train of thought.
Should've got those cops.
What?
Put out there.
Should've got what?
Couple birds.
Oh yeah, that's a fact. Should've
Just put out, just a reminder.
Just a reminder. But oh yeah, so in the interview with the two alleged victims, remember you seen it, innit?
You talking about
the two girlfriends?
Okay,
the people alleged are victims.
What, you talking about the Michael doc?
No. We ain't going there.
What, you switch
We ain't
topics?
doing that.
We ain't doing none of that.
Not
What,
yet.
you switch the topics? Are we playing?
What? Yeah, slow. But fucking hell. What was I gonna say?
The two girls.
Yeah, the two girls, the alleged victims, the girlfriends. I lost my train of thought.
We'll get it back. Get it back.
Oh yeah, that's it. So, the parents of Azriel, I think I'm pronouncing it.
Azriel.
That's it. Azriel said that they had found sexual text messages between R. Kelly and Azriel, from when she was 17, and obviously in that state, it's illegal age of consent is 18.
Okay.
So, she said that's false, but she also said that her parents said once they realised her and R. Kelly was talking regularly, try and get some pictures of him that could basically incriminate him, so that if things go sideways, we can blackmail him and get some money out of him.
That's what Azriel said, isn't it?
That's what Azriel said. But again, because of the perception and the what's the word I'm looking
narrative
for?
they're pushing.
Narrative, keyword. The narrative they're pushing.
Their gender.
They're gonna be like, they're just brainwashed. He's got them brainwashed them. You know, he's abused them. This is what happens when the abused is abused by the abused.
Yeah.
And people
say abused them.
for real.
Oh, that's
like,
abuse.
It's a typical symptom of being an abused, that you like protect the abuser, etc.
And that's the thing, like, I don't have no problem with that. Like, I'm not sitting here saying I know that these girls are telling the truth. I know this, that, and the other. What I'm saying is, I'm on the fence. I don't know. I'm just going with what is likely. What seems likely to me. Like, these girls ain't got a scratch on them. They are grown women. They seem very passionate about what they're saying. That doesn't mean that they're telling the truth, and it doesn't mean that they're not brainwashed. So I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is, I'm just looking at all the evidence in front of me, and I look at that, and when I look at that, I can believe that easier than I can believe that R. Kelly is in the background coughing and making them say what they're saying by coughing. Like, I think that's a more far-fetched thing than that these girls are telling the truth. You know what I mean?
For real,
and that's the only thing I'm going off of. But anything's possible. Anything is possible. They might be lying. He might be controlling them from behind the scenes and coughing, and that could be possible. All I'm saying is, it's more far-fetched for me than the fact that these grown women are telling the truth. That's just a more believable thing for me.
Yeah.
And since I don't know the truth, I'm just going with what is more believable, what is less far-fetched.
Exactly.
Do you get me? Like,
but at the end of the day, the only people that know the truth is R. Kelly and the alleged victims.
and God, fam.
And God,
That's
of
it.
course. That's it. They're the only people
no
that
one
know
else
the real story. So
So
everyone
literally-
forming their own opinion and stating it as fact, he's guilty, or even other people, like he's innocent, no one actually knows, like, apart from...
And the
those
reason why people feel like it's more believable that he is guilty is because that's what they've told you again and again
Exactly.
and again. Even when he's trying to tell his side of the story, they remind you, hold up, wait, this is what the parents said. Wait, this is what he said. Wait, this is what I said.
Exactly.
And as far as, when I want to be specific, like, I'm only talking about the sex cult.
Yeah,
as far as,
yeah,
like, him touching little girls, like...
I believe
haven't
he
seen
did
the
it.
video. Yeah, I ain't seen the video.
Yeah.
But if there's 2 videos out and you get, and I've seen like snapshots of the video, like you see it's clearly him. It's like, bro, like you're guilty. Like you see, that's what I'm saying. I'm just going off of what's more believable.
Exactly.
If that I saw it looks like you in that video, you're telling me it's not you. I believe that's you.
Yeah.
So that's why I believe you're guilty when it comes to touching little kids.
Exactly.
And the Aaliyah.
The document.
Documents of Aaliyah.
Exactly.
You want to say they're false documents? I don't believe that's something that people would make up. You was with her in bare interviews. You was her mentor, X, Y, and Z. People have seen you together, X, Y, and Z, and now there's these documents that come out that your team are saying that they falsified.
Yeah.
That's
on
easier
camera.
to believe than these documents are just fake. No, bro, I believe that you did try to marry her, a underage girl, and you was with an underage girl.
Yeah.
Like, but as far as the sex cult goes now, that's just kind of like there's nothing that makes me. I believe it's more likely, in my opinion, what the girls are saying is true. Like the parents tried to get some money off.
Yeah,
Kelly,
yeah,
bro.
definitely.
I want to make this last point, even though I said I ain't gonna do this point-driven shit. The last point is, when it comes to like parents, when it comes to a celebrity that has got loads of money, loads of fame, loads of power behind them, and they've got a very public flaw, whether that's a drug addiction, whether that's a interest in younger children, like Michael Jackson loving kids, whatever your flaw is, and it's very public. Most people on earth are good people, so you might have 1 million good people, but out of that 1 million, you're gonna have 10,000 bad people. So when it's something that's a public flaw, you're gonna have those 10,000 bad people lined up to extort you for that shit.
Yeah.
That's what I believe, and I think that's very. I think to people not putting that in their mind when they're making this decision of R. Kelly is doing a disservice to themselves, to form an objective opinion. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
People would, when you say, "Oh, the parents want money," people think, "Oh, what?" Like it's like, bro, like these people exist.
Yeah.
We watched that Michael doc. I don't want to go into Michael doc yet, but we watched that Michael doc, and that was plain sight that there's stage parents, fam. That have babies and try to push them on stage and try to make money from them.
Yeah.
This exists, and think about America. That is a money-driven land, fam.
100%.
Like, they care. A lot of them, not everybody, but some people there care so much about money that they'll
very
throw
much
their
about
kids on the
celebrity
bus.
worship and
Trust
money
me.
and everything like that.
Trust, fame and money will make you throw your kids under the bus, fam.
Yeah,
Like,
for real.
not everybody. That's what I'm saying. I want to make it clear. Most people are good people.
Of course, yeah.
But there's that 10,000, that 10%, bro, that isn't a good person. Like, not good people.
Exactly. Yeah,
I was
bro.
rolling my cigar. I was rolling my roller. This is a roller.
Backy.
Yeah, this backy. This is all that. This is
All
backy.
it is. The back
This is the backy.
But it literally, just like watching that, because even I watched the interview, then obviously he came around, we watched it again, I watched it again.
Yeah.
And when I was watching it the second time, I started thinking how they had all these people, saying R.
40 years.
Kelly's, for real, like accusing R. Kelly of this and saying he's been doing that. But apart from those 2 girls, no one else was defending him. And another thing I forgot to say, when we was watching it was, look how short the clips were from the girls that were defending him were.
Mad short.
When you look at they had damn
full
near full
sections,
clips
yeah, full
of the
sections.
surviving R. Kelly dog.
Mad.
Bare and they're acting as if no one's watched it. Like
Yeah.
everyone's watched it by now. You know what I mean?
It's like, I think
Anyone that's
everyone should
following
be
this,
able to.
This woman has watched it.
For real, when they did the Survivor and R. Kelly doc, there was no intermission in between the people's stories to give R. Kelly's side on it.
Exactly.
We just heard those stories. And that's fine. That's what should happen.
Yeah.
Like, we need to hear their side of the story. But now it's R. Kelly time to talk. Then we should be able to hear R. Kelly's side of the story without you cutting it and putting their side in, like, while we're listening. Like, to mold our opinion. Let us just hear what he has to say. And then we can we're grown-ups. You know what I mean? If he's wrong, we'll be like, alright, he's wrong. If we want to question it, we'll question it. If we think he's right, we'll think he's right. Don't try and mold our opinion for us. We're grown humans.
Exactly.
We can form our own opinion. Don't make my opinion for me. Don't try to make my opinion for me.
Exactly.
That's what pisses me off even more.
It's like an insulting our intelligence.
Yeah, it's like, I hate when people put sauce on I've been saying this. But
Yeah.
like, when people put sauce on things to make you side with them. No, I will side with you if I think you're right. Like, you don't need to put no sauce on it.
Give me the facts and let me come to my
Trust
own
me.
decision.
And if you're right, then I'm a side with you.
Yeah, of course.
You don't have to lie. You don't have to add any extra thing. If
Exactly.
you really believe what you're saying is true and is right, you don't need to do that. Oh, also, I just want to add on that. No, you don't need to add on nothing.
Yeah, for real.
You don't need to give me a tier. You don't need to give me a tier.
Exactly.
You don't.
Mad, fam.
But, there was something else I was going to say on that shit. I can't remember, but I just think people should just, and the same people that you talk to, like, that you say, oh, you guys aren't thinking objective, you're following the media, blah, blah, blah. Those same people, if you ask them, do you believe everything you see on TV? They'll be like, no, the media's always full of lies. No, I don't even watch the media like that because I know they lie. And then they're the same people who are like, oh, Kelly's guilty. And then anything the media says, oh, it's true. It's like, you don't even realise
they let the media brainwash them and then act like they're not even so much act like it, but to
believe.
They got to the point they've been brainwashed so much that they believe that the media's opinions are their own. Like, they've taken it as their own.
And they believe that the media's full of shit as well at the same time.
Crazy. It's basically like they believe in what they choose to believe. And obviously you're free to do that, but if you believe this situation, like in one case, and there's like I'm making a mess, man. I'm dribbling. Sad about it. But like, believe one case where there's little to no evidence out, and then you believe his guy's innocent of whatever he's done, but then you believe this because there have been rumours circulating from the late 90s.
Well,
Bro, it's crazy. People will just act like they're not brainwashed, but they're brainwashed too. And maybe not fully brainwashed, but brainwashed to the extent that the media are choosing what they believe in. That
free R. Kelly. No, I'm joking.
free R. Kelly. To Riley, fam. But no, joking. Yeah.
But
strike that from the record.
Edit point.
For real.
Edit point. But it's save arm. No, joking. I would say that I think he's guilty for touching little kids, which is the biggest thing. So
exactly.
I don't want the sex cult thing to overshadow the fact that he's touching little kids. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
But that's the extra sauce. That's what happens when you add extra sauce on things.
Yeah.
Like, people start forgetting the actual issue.
Exactly.
It's like, and now I'm defending him. You know what I mean? Because you're adding extra sauce.
Exactly.
if you didn't add the extra sauce, I wouldn't be defending this
Yeah,
guy.
exactly.
Just stick to
the truth. Stick to the fucking truth.
Where's Carlos?
And you know what I was gonna add to that as well? Fucking
Got me out here defending R. Kelly like some sucker.
for real. But so another thing as well. Just nitpicking things from the nitpicking, but at the same time it's important. It's very valid because they're very strategic with the way they put it all together. So like, what's her name? Geronda Davis. Yeah, she was 14 when you got that true. Yeah, she was 14 when she met R. Kelly. She met him outside of his outside of court when he was on the child pornography charges, which he got acquitted for. But obviously everyone knows that the family or the girl didn't testify. So the parents and the girl didn't testify. So she met him outside the court case, and they've showed the clip from Surviving R. Kelly, her getting emotional and everything, which is understandable, of course, But when they pan over to, I can't remember her name, I'm supposed to write it down, but begins with an A, yeah. She was...
Azriel.
No, not Azriel. She was one of the women in the Surviving R. Kelly doc.
Yeah.
And she was a grown woman when she met R. Kelly.
Okay.
She was one of these women that apparently in the sex cult, yeah. But I
mm.
noticed they mentioned Joranda's name, age, when she met R. Kelly, but they didn't mention his grown woman's age.
Yeah.
Bro, they think they're smart, fam.
They help their narrative.
They think they're smart. Literally, it's like, oh, that don't fit our narrative because then
It makes it look like
she's just like naive.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
You don't want to have that in.
Exactly.
But also, I want to say, going off your point, that there's another thing they did when the victims are talking.
Yeah.
They just let them talk, and there's nothing, no source
Exactly.
to listen to them. When the girlfriends were talking, big bold letters underneath them
That's a fact.
defending R. Kelly.
Yeah.
Why, when they talk, it's defending R. Kelly, but when the survivors talk, it's not attacking R. Kelly.
Yeah.
They're just telling their story. Why can't the girlfriend just tell their story without being labelled as defending R. Kelly?
Exactly.
Like, it's like they're on the screen saying, he's guilty, he's guilty,
Yeah.
he's guilty. Whatever they say, he's guilty, he's guilty, he's
For
guilty.
real.
It's like, bro, can we just hear what they got to say, bro?
Exactly.
Listen to the kids, bro.
Listen to the kids.
Listen to the kids, bro.
But that interview was not in. Well, it was literally like clips of the R. Kelly interview, and like you said earlier, how they would have like a clip of him saying, I don't know, fucking, my showing a blank. But let's say he said, oh, you know, I've seen my kids, something like that, and then I go to the child. That part was jokes, fam. And he's getting emotional about seeing his kids and that. And then they've gone to like, oh, you're extradition child support. He's talking about, oh fuck, I can't think of a specific
Went to
explanation.
McDonald's.
Yeah.
Ordered a Big Mac, a fry, and a Coke.
We was hungry. Yeah, but literally, it's like so he'll make a point, and then they'll skip to the next, to someone who's kind of they're trying to debunk his point by showing the victims
constantly.
every single time.
Constantly,
every
fam.
single time. It was never,
Irks me.
for real, literally, like when they said interview, I'm thinking, right, it's going to be Gail and R. Kelly sitting down for however long it is. Boom, and then let people form their own opinion, but I should have known better.
Yeah.
Fucking circus, fam.
I know. I thought the same thing. I thought like, yo, like they're gonna have him just. When I heard
to speak, yeah.
For real. When I heard an interview of R. Kelly, that's what I thought it was gonna be. This was a Survivor and R. Kelly prequel, just with him rebuttaling some points. You know what I mean? That's all it was. And it's like, bro, we didn't tune into him. If you would have told me that, I probably wouldn't have watched it.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Or at least I would have watched it.
Yeah, no, I would have watched it. I would have watched it, but
at least in a different mindset.
yeah,
not actually trying to hear his point.
Yeah,
That was flipping. I was tiring to watch, bro.
Very tiring.
To watch.
for real.
But how much we only on? We're only 20. We're only 20.
Yeah.
23 minutes.
23, yeah.
Do you want to get into the? Do you want to get into
Leaving
the subject at hand? So let me conclude the R. Kelly thing. I think he's guilty for touching little girls. I feel like the situation is not black and white. Not with touching little girls. I'm not talking about that. I think the situation he's in now with the sex cult thing is not a black and white thing. I think there's some women that he probably abused, which is bad. I think there's some women that got pushed on him from their parents and tried to extort him. I think there's some women, and those women they're probably in love with him and all of that. I think he's done some things wrong. He doesn't want to admit. He's telling a lot of half truths. Like, I need help. That's true.
I got a big heart. I let people in. I keep forgiving them.
Yo, kill me with this. Like, so you're saying the truth, or you need help, but then you're saying you got a big heart, and that's a lie. It's half truths.
Exactly.
I think the parents are telling a lot of half truths. Of I've never asked R. Kelly for no monies.
Nigga said money's fat.
Never asked R. Kelly for no monies. All I want to do is know my child is okay, bro, and healthy. Bro, like that's a half truth because I feel like I don't know this. The same thing about R. Kelly. I feel like he probably has abused someone. I feel like he does need help. I don't know that for a fact. I feel like with their parents that they probably do want to know their kids okay, but I feel like they're making this big of a media uproar about it to get some money off of it.
Yeah.
Not anyway, let's scratch that. Actually, scratch that. I do feel like they pushed their kid on R. Kelly.
Yeah.
I'll say that. Like, doesn't mean that they will. Maybe they didn't want their kid to go and live with him and disappear.
Yeah.
Maybe they didn't want that. Maybe
Yeah.
they did not want that.
Yeah,
Fair
yeah,
play.
yeah.
But you pushed your kid on him.
You pimped
you
your
pimped
daughter
kid.
out
You
to a
wanted
certain
some.
extent.
You want whether you wanted her to be a famous singer or you wanted some money.
Yeah.
Whatever the situation was, you tried to use your kid to get some leverage out of this shit.
Exactly.
And it didn't work in your favor. And
Exactly.
they disappeared. And now you think, oh shit, like what's happening to my kid?
For real.
They're probably getting brainwashed. Da, 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 da. But you put them in that situation. You pushed your kid on that. Okay. You're not taking, like,
Put your
admit
kid in
that he
harm's
was-
way. You
trust
can't
me.
say you did everything in your
Yeah,
power.
and don't say
put
you
your
made a
child in
mistake,
harm's way,
because
yeah.
it wasn't a mistake. It's, oh yeah, I made a mistake, I should have separated. No. You didn't make a mistake. You did exactly what you thought and wanted to do.
Exactly.
You
It just
get me?
didn't
Like,
pan out the way you wanted
it
it
didn't
to.
pan out the way you wanted it. That's
what
it.
it
The
is.
only mistake you made was thinking it was going to pan out the way you wanted it, not what you actually did. What you actually did was what you wanted to do, what you meant to do, and you probably would do it again if you thought like it would pan out for you. You get
Yeah,
me?
for real.
Maybe you should have gone to fucking Chris Brown, maybe. Somebody that wouldn't have locked your kid up or something,
Exactly.
maybe. But you wanted to get some leverage out of this. There's half truths. So everyone's telling half truths and thinking you're gonna get believed.
For real.
That's my thing. I think it's not black and white. I think it's grey.
Yeah, and the thing
that's
is
what I
as
said.
well, yeah, like Angelo, the dad, who like everyone with some kind of logical thinking
Yeah.
was like, oh, he's bugging. Yeah, the dad of Azariah, I think it was Azriel. So, yeah, so even in the Surviving R. Kelly doc, because I know we keep mentioning that, but if you see in the interview, you'll realise
That's 'cause
why
it
we're
was the
mentioning
Surviving
it,
R.
because they
Kelly
kept
doc.
bringing up clips and showing
That's exactly what it was.
showing them getting emotional, and the grown women who were like, oh yeah, I was in this room and this and that, blah blah blah. I'm not saying they don't deserve to be upset, but I'm just saying the way they've painted it as it's going to be an interview, when they're
Right, it's
actually
not.
it's more like you said earlier, a witch hunt.
The rich hunt fam.
But basically, what I'm saying is
Milking the cow.
exactly like the fact that you
Playing
went
the
to
role,
an
Jay.
playing the role, Jay. So they went to an R. Kelly concert with their 17-year-old daughter, I believe, at the time. Cool, fair enough. You like R. Kelly's music, and your daughter's a fan. Cool, go see the show. But you took her. You
Talking
allowed.
about music.
What's
I
it
don't want
about
to believe the
kids?
truth.
Don't want to
Don't
believe.
want to believe it.
Don't
Don't
wanna
want to believe the truth.
For real.
No,
But they, but yeah, they've taken her to the concert, and knowing that he's had allegations, whether he was acquitted, whether he beat the case, or whether they were just rumors, yeah. You allowed her to go backstage to see R. Kelly without your supervision, yeah. And the thing is, even if they're at the door saying,
know what
listen,
you're
we're not going to let you guys in. We'll let her in, but we won't let you guys in with her.
Yeah.
I'm not taking her back there.
For real.
Do you know what I mean?
For
At the
real.
end of the
That's
day,
when you have to be a parent.
exactly, that should
Your
kick in
parent
like,
first.
something's a bit fishy. Why would they not let
For
me
real.
come in there with her?
My
I'm
spidey
not-
senses are tingling.
Exactly.
This doesn't seem right.
Exactly.
Like, you got to be a parent before you think about money, and you wasn't. You was thinking about money and
Yeah.
parent second.
Yeah.
And now you're in this fucking predicament, fam.
Exactly, and you're thinking, she could have a fruitful and successful
Trust
career if she goes with him and he mentors her, whatever.
And you know what this links into? Conversation we was having the other day about victim shaming, because I can see if some people see this, they'll be like, oh, victim shaming.
Yeah.
But there's a difference between victim shaming and victim helping, because I haven't even got enough information to say that it's the parents' fault entirely.
Yeah, it's
I haven't
true.
got no information to say that. I'm saying
I'm going off what they've said
trust
themselves.
me.
I'm just
like,
drawing
I'm not
two truths together.
blaming the parents. I'm not
Connecting the
blaming the parents for their kid getting abused if they did get abused, right?
Yeah.
Because that's R. Kelly. We
Of
blame
course,
R. Kelly
yeah.
for that.
If that happened,
Yeah.
then it's on R. Kelly, yeah.
For real. But I feel like to help further instances of this is why I call it victim helping. We've got to make everybody take accountability and understand, listen, you can't just pimp your kids and think they're going to be okay. You know what I mean? Like, if you pimping your kids and trying to get some money, you need to think and realize, oh, they could get abused. Especially if this is by someone that has, in the past, been accused of this type of
Right,
thing.
exactly.
Like, whoever it is, regardless if
Yeah.
they're not being accused, like, you got to understand that your kids could be at harm.
Yeah.
You got to understand
You don't
that.
know it.
Yeah, it's not just
You
gonna
don't
be a
know
money
it.
grab for you. Like it could also be harming your kids.
Exactly.
And that, like I said, it's not blaming you for your kids getting harmed, but you need to take some accountability.
Definitely.
Because future parents need to know, listen, my kids, I can't let that happen. I got to take precautions to try and ensure that this is not going to happen or this is very unlikely to happen. So if I do want some money out of my kids, let me not just leave them with this, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, let me not even pimp my kids, maybe.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? But if I am going to try and pimp my kids and get some money out of their say they have got a talent, if I'm trying to push them to get some money out of it, let me do it responsibly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If they got an audition with R. Kelly, let me be in the room.
Fam,
You
that's
get me?
all
Like, you know what I'm
all
saying?
of-
Like, it's simple.
Something as simple as that, could have saved all of this.
Trust me.
Because like,
But
if
I'm
you was
not,
in the
not
room-
blaming them though.
No. I'm not,
That's what
we're
they're
not
gonna say. Yeah,
we're
not blaming them. Not blaming them.
Not blaming them.
Not blaming them. Not
them.
blaming them. But I'm just saying.
Not blaming. But-
Just saying, you could help it. You could help
Exactly.
it.
Like, obviously, like you said, you would never. Well, I imagine that they would never send their daughter thinking that she's gonna get abused. You know what I mean?
Maybe not. No. Yes, I would like to believe.
Yeah,
that. I would like
that's
to
the
believe
word.
that, yeah.
That's the phrase. I would like to believe that they would.
Yeah.
They wouldn't send their daughter knowing she's gonna get abused.
Trust me.
But, like you said, anyone. But the fact that he's at allegations, he was in court for it, and her excuse for that, when Gail asked her, which I respect Gail for asking, is he's had past allegations. He even went to court for it. Yes, he was acquitted, but he had allegations. Why would you send your daughter to him?
Trust me.
Oh, what I have to say about it? He was acquitted.
Trust me.
He was
like,
acquitted.
bro.
Like, really? Oh, come on, bro. Like,
Take
that's
out Billy,
just-
you was thinking about money. Yeah, I was just thinking about money at the time and I
Yeah.
wanted to get some dough for my daughter.
Even if she just said like, said that, or said like, my daughter's really passionate about singing. She's a big R. Kelly fan. You know, I knew he was in town. We could get her backstage, whatever.
For real. That gives some more validity to your story.
But they wanted to take zero
Trust
accountability, and that's the part that pisses me off, because it's like, at no point when you're telling the story out loud in front of the camera being recorded, do you not hear yourself and think, maybe there's more something that I could have done
maybe I
different.
did something wrong. Like,
Yeah.
Maybe I should have, not wrong, let me rephrase that.
Yeah.
Maybe I did something a bit, what's it called? Reckless. Maybe I didn't think as smartly as I could have taken the right
Exactly.
precautions I should have taken. And then furthermore, I do want to touch on the fact that the kids said that they never was into singing and the parents tried to make them.
Oh, okay, so I didn't know that.
You didn't see that?
I didn't know that. Was
That's
that
it,
about
that's it.
R. Kelly?
They must have cut that out of the whole thing because that was in a clip. That was in a clip. When she said, I
Okay.
never wanted to sing. I never liked singing.
Devious,
Yeah,
man.
I never liked singing. I never
Devious.
wanted to sing, right? My parents tried to make me sing, right? And then guess what they said right after that? I didn't, bro, guess what they said right after that?
What
They
they
clipped
say?
away, yeah. They clipped away. And they said,
Some bad editing.
bad, bro. They
Bad editing.
clipped away and that was good editing for them. They clipped
Yeah, oh
away.
yeah, I mean for their narrative. it was
Yeah,
bad
for their
editing.
narrative, it was
yeah,
good.
Yeah.
Bro, they clipped away and they're like, according to when she tried to commit, Ezra talking about, she tried to commit suicide at 16, I think.
Okay.
And like, according to her health provider who interviewed her at the time, she said that the only thing, apparently quoting Azriel when she was 16, saying, the only thing that makes me happy is singing, and I tried to commit suicide,
Yeah.
but singing is the only thing that makes me happy. So they're saying that she's lying now, saying that she never wanted to sing, because back in the day, she said that to the doctor. So my thing is, this is my thing, right? Cool. So now you want to listen to her. So now what she said, what she said when she was 16 is the
Applies,
truth.
yeah,
Yeah, that's
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
We listen to her now though, because that fits our narrative.
Yeah.
But now what she's saying at 21 doesn't fit our narrative, so she's
Yeah.
brainwashed. She's brainwashed.
Exactly.
Whereas at 16, her parents couldn't have brainwashed her and told her to say that to the doctor because it doesn't fit our narrative.
Exactly.
It doesn't fit our narrative if she was just saying what her parents told her to say.
Yeah.
Say that you like singing and blah, blah, blah. No. She was telling the truth then. Now
Yeah,
she's lying.
Exactly.
Why?
Picking and
Why?
choosing.
Picking and choosing when you want to
Picking and
listen to this
choosing,
poor
fam.
girl, fam.
Exactly.
And really, like, if you want to be honest, at 16 you're more easier to be manipulated,
Of
no?
course,
Than at
yeah,
21.
yeah, definitely.
So if I'm just thinking logically like that, like at 16, I was 16 once, I was 21 once. I know my brain was much more susceptible to
Yeah.
manipulation when I was 16.
More naive than
Trust
back
me,
then, yeah.
than when I'm 21.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at it like, yo, her parents might have told her to say that at 16 to the doctor.
Yeah.
And now, 21, she's thinking for herself and saying, no, actually, I never wanted to sing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But no one wants to think like that. They want to say, yo, our narrative is this, that fits our narrative, we're running with it. And they clipped away to say that.
See, I didn't even see that
Nah.
clip. I didn't
Right.
see that clip. I saw the 6-minute one where she gets like she
I'm going to
starts
show you
crying
after,
and
yeah.
that.
And then there's what's her name? Gail. Gail was like, thank you for
Try to cut
reminding.
off,
Yeah. So thank you for reminding us that she said at 16 when she was like, bro.
Yeah,
like,
and the probably the age as well.
It's like, thank you for saying that she said that she loved singing. So obviously what she's saying now is a lie. It's like, bro, why couldn't she be lying then? Why does she have to be lying now? Because you want to believe she's lying now.
Exactly. That's like you said, that fits the narrative.
Fits the narrative. And the thing is, I don't blame the businesses for doing this, because if I ran my business...
What do you mean, like CBS and that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because if I ran my business, right, it's kind of like a weird cycle, but if I ran my business, I'm not having Michael Jackson on my business.
What do you mean?
I'm not having no Michael Jackson shit ever.
Okay.
I'm not having... I might have a song, but I'm not having his likeness. I'm not having R. Kelly's likeness in my business. I'm not having anyone who's controversial in my business, because it can affect my money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And even if I feel like they're innocent, I feel R. Kelly's guilty, whatever.
Yeah.
But if I felt like someone was innocent, this might be whatever. But if I felt like someone's innocent, I'm not and they're controversial artists. Kanye.
Yeah.
Even though I didn't like what he said, but
Yeah.
if I agreed with him and I ran a business, I'm not going to put him the face of my magazine. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Because I'm not going to get as much sales as I would have if I just put Surviving R. Kelly on my magazine. You get me? So it's like, I don't blame the businesses for making a business move by sticking to the narrative. You should as a business, because you want money. That's the whole point of having a business. But as objective humans that are trying to find the truth in a situation that's a serious situation, you should be objective. You shouldn't just listen to the narrative. You got nothing to gain from just listening to the narrative.
Exactly. And that's the thing. That's the thing that, like I said, we haven't seen the sex tape, but we've seen the document of him falsifying the documents, falsifying her age.
Yeah.
So that's the only evidence that we have of. But again, these are two separate issues, though. Two separate issues, and they try to blend it into one.
Not us two, but
no.
there's a lot of people.
I mean, when I talked about the issues, I'm talking about the fact that there's obviously the sex cult.
Yeah.
Then there's the underage, the sex with underage girls, or sex acts with underage girls. Obviously, I understand that some of these girls in the sex cult were underage when he met them and alleged to have sex with them.
Yeah.
But obviously there were, which they failed to point out conveniently, grown women that were in this sex cult.
For real.
30-plus-year-old women that were in the sex cult. And at what point do you start to think, oh, okay, cool. He falsified the documents. He has a sex tape, which obviously they didn't testify against, so that's why it was acquitted.
Yeah.
At what point do you think, well, she was like, she says here, she was 33. Oh, this one was 35 when she met him. She's a grown woman. Do you think you know better? Like, all the allegations he had in his past.
Where does objective thinking come into play in this situation?
Seriously.
That's my problem. That's just my problem, where does objective thinking come into play?
Exactly.
So let's get on to